Hey, everybody. Welcome to The Experience, live with Russ and Scott.
Welcome to The Experience, live with Russ and Scott.
Special thank you to our sponsors, the Gillette Home team of Keller Williams Midwell Willamette. For all your real estate needs, go to teamgillette.com. And thank you to our new sponsor, Joseph Gonzalez and In the Game Group. For more information, go to joseph@inthegamegroup.com. Good morning, everybody. Woohoo! Welcome to The Experience.
Look at you, Russ.
Scott.
You are back in your office.
Back in the saddle again, yes. Well, it's really great to be able to have a little bit more my familiar surroundings. And yeah, it's awesome to be here. One step at a time, one day at a time, getting better all the time, Scott.
Literally one step.
Yeah, really. One step with one foot.
One step with one foot.
Took my third outing yesterday since the surgery. So third outing in over 5 weeks.
Did you do anything fun for that outing?
Oh yeah, I got to see a couple clients, deliver a couple Christmas presents, and yeah, it was good. I had my son. My son flew into town, so he's my chauffeur for the week. So it's been great.
So you were Papa Elf. I love it.
There you go. How about you, Scott? What are you up to this week?
Well, I tell you, it's been fun. I was on a call and someone was saying, "Oh, look, you've got the book. You've got on the TV, and you've got the copy on the stand." And yes, I have the one here. If you go to stopinaction.com, you can get the workbook. So, wow, you got all branded up. And I said, "Yeah, it's even worse than that."
That is so great. Love the coffee cup.
Yep. Freeze. So the book, Stop Inaction in the Face of Business Crisis, How to React When the Unexpected Happens. Perfect for any business, but especially small businesses. That's what we're really focused on. But this Friday, it's the Christmas party for the virtual global tea break, 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m.
Oh, that's going to be good. Boy, if you're not
East
part
Coast.
of the virtual global tea break, you guys have got to jump in. Go to globalteabreak.com.
Yeah.
It is so amazing. What an amazing group. I have been blessed to be there, I think, since the second meeting, which has been like the month before COVID. And so
we started we started February of 2020. So you were there in March of 2020, when the world changed.
Yes, it was amazing. So, and it was a blessing because there's so many wonderful, wonderful people that care about each other. So you guys need to jump in, go to globalteabreak.com and join us. It'll be awesome. And
I co-host that with Alan Hennessy, the digital mentor, and he's just released his book, which is on the digital marketing jigsaw puzzle, and great stuff in his book as well.
Well, I've got copies of both of them, so there you go. You both are awesome. Now, the next week, though, I expect you to be double-fisted drinking. Have your experience cup in one hand, have your freeze cup in the other hand.
That's right. Yep. Yeah.
So you have 2 cups of coffee.
I'm all for it. Hey, what have you got going other than getting out? Because actually, and let people know too, this is the last a live experience for 2022 because we'll be doing a couple of replays there.
Yes, a couple of best ofs here to end out the year. And then we'll be starting season 5
Oh my gosh.
in 2023. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's amazing. This week has been really incredible for me because my son came to visit. So I have all my son and daughter both here. My daughter-in-law is the only one of the family that isn't with us this week because she is actually back east for her job, working back in North Carolina. So but they'll both be here again after Christmas. So it's just a blessing to have the family together. Just a blessing to be able to get out yesterday. And I have all kinds of things virtually going on all week. I'm going to get out one more time with my son. It's quite a production to move me. So we'll get out one more time while he's here.
Speaking of production, it's not everybody whose chauffeur is Grammy nominated.
There you go. Yes, just so everybody knows, Scott's always good at helping me. Give props to my children. So the music for this show and all of my online live streams are produced and written by my son, Connor, who is Grammy nominated for the second year in a row. And also
Dove nominated.
And he was double Dove nominated for two different reasons. Double Dove. But anyway, so enough bragging about my children. Hey, I think we should get the ladies started here. We have got Tisha and Anna with us today. Super excited. Two people who love people, right? That's what I love about both of them. And that's what they're all about. So we're going to bring Tisha in here to get started. She's smiling. She's ready. Here we go.
Good morning, Tisha.
Good morning, guys. I love the coffee mug. Freeze. Yeah, that was so perfectly planted right then, Scott. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Hey, we are so glad to have you here. You know, Tisha, from the time you and I met, you are just an awesome person, and we hit it off right off the bat. You know, I just love all that you're about. So I know all about you. Well, I know a lot about you, but why don't you give everybody a snapshot of Tisha, who you are and what you're up to?
Sure. Well, I would say that community is always the biggest thing for me. I love everything community. You mentioned it. I love people. So I surround myself with really good people, and then I build this whole community. So I have a lot of things going on. But I would say that business mentoring, personal brand building, professional speaking, events, real estate, like all of those things in the mix is really what I'm focusing on. And it involves a lot of people. So I'm in a great place.
Yes. Well, you know, I love the quote, you build the people and then the people build your business, because what you're all about when you build community, and who is that by, guys? Do you know who that quote's by?
Russ.
I was hoping you were gonna,
my favorite author.
It's a Zig Ziglar quote.
Hey, all right.
So, yeah, good old Zig. And so, you know, I don't know. Have you guys ever met Fred?
No.
Fred Keenley.
Kinley? Yeah, Fred is amazing. You have, Scott.
Fred wrote the introduction. Fred wrote the introduction.
Did he really?
That's nice.
He did, yeah.
Hey, really good timing that I said that then, because Fred has connected me with the Ziglar family, because Fred was really close, and he's really close to Zig Ziglar's daughter. And they have a actual Bible study every week online, and they keep inviting me. And one of these days I'm going to show up.
Yeah, I've been there Monday mornings. It's here on the West Coast. It's 5:30 a.m.
Oh, it's at 5:30.
So it's a serious commitment.
Yes, it is.
But
I'm awake. But it's
fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Yeah.
Have you been to it, Scott?
I have.
Okay. I one of these days I'm going to make it. I'm definitely awake. It's just right in the middle of everything that I'm doing. That's been the biggest struggle. So anyway, enough about Fred. So, you know, Tisha, this is what I love about you and about community, because I'm all about community. I'm all about building people, connecting people. And that's because, again, I completely believe what Zig says. You know, what we do is we connect with others, we grow our community, and that is how we grow our personal brand, right? I mean, I'm sure you teach people that, because as you get more people in your community, it helps you and your brand.
It does. It's like mini ambassadors everywhere. Yeah, people that love you, have the same values, we have the same common interests. Yeah, that's what it is for me. Like this Friday, I'm hosting my Tap Into the Team real estate meeting, Russ, and all of these people are coming. Some people that aren't even on my team. There are different brokerages. They're like, I want to see what you're doing. Let's get this going. And we're really looking at it as a standpoint of, I'm not there to just lead. I'm there to figure out, like, what are our skill sets? What are our strengths? How do we collaborate and we win together at this? So that's what I'm super excited about leading into 2023 as well. But it's exactly what Zig said. You know, these people are going to build the business with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing what you're talking about there too is, you know, you win when we all come together. You
Right.
grow when we all come together. And that is such an amazing thing because when you try to seclude yourself or isolate yourself to thinking it's all about you, that's when you start having struggles because we're built
Right.
for community. God designed us to be in community. And so when you come together with great people, what that does then is then it expands your horizon because the friends of your friends and the connections of your friends start
Mm-hmm.
coming into your world. You know, I learned through this recent challenge that I've had, you know, how people have rallied to support me and all of their friends have rallied to support me.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
people I don't even know from all over the world have rallied, are praying for me and supporting me. And so, but that's a good thing because when it comes with your business, same thing because you're supporting others and then they support you and then their friends start finding out about you and you grow, right, Scott?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because we love to quote Jim Rohn that we're the sum of the 5 people that we spend the most time with, but there's actually some research that says not only are we influenced by those 5 people, but our friends and our friends' friends and our friends' friends' friends. So 3 levels out, we're influenced by those folks, but we also influence 3 levels out. So
Mm-hmm.
start doing the math and think about uh, how much impact your life has.
Right.
It's a big
Right.
responsibility. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it really is. So, hey, I want to bring our next guest in to join the conversation. And, you know, and Anna's all about people and helping them succeed and get their desired results. And I'm going to let her tell you a little bit more about herself. And here she is. Good morning, Anna.
Hello,
Hello, Anna.
hello. Thank you so much for inviting me, Russ. And I have to say thank you, Scott, because I never experienced online networking until I actually been, I think within the week, I've been through 4. And the main one is the Global Gateway.
Yay.
That's the way I met Russ. And then I met so many people, actually followed up with one-to-one with so many. And it's been overwhelming almost to the state that excitement just has no limits.
Yeah.
And the reason I said I need to bring this up, because since I've been on your network, I met a few other people that told me about other networking events. And now I'm part of another group that I was searching for a few years now. And I end up there just because I joined your network. So thank you so much.
Oh, that does my heart good.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you to Alan as well, because he actually encouraged from another network. Said, here it is in an hour. So I was jumping from this to another. All day was about networking. So no,
Mhm.
delighted. And that's why I'm here now.
Well,
And
you know, it is amazing, Anna, that you know the world changed almost 3 years ago, and I used to have your exact model that you just explained to everybody on a local basis. I always felt like a chamber of commerce to me was the central focus of a community. So what I would do is I would dive into a chamber and their meetings, and I would meet people who would introduce me to people in Rotary, people in the school board, people in this group, people in that group, people in this networking group, and you would expand and you would join all these groups. And the same thing happened with my good friend D. Scott Smith when he brought me into the Global Tea Break, and I started expanding worldwide when COVID happened because you were able to meet people just like you said that would bounce you from group to group to group. And I can't even tell you, I've lost track, Anna. So many groups that I have gone from person to person and people to people, and a lot of people that I collaborate with now, I've met because of that. Maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 steps down the road.
Mhm.
So tell everybody,
And
Anna.
well, and
Let's not get too. Oh, go ahead.
I want to say, Anna, you did exactly the right thing. You attended the event, which is wonderful. But as we say, the magic happens when you do those one-on-one meetings. So you're just a
Exactly.
fabulous example of the right way to do it.
yeah, thanks.
Well, speaking of the right way, Anna, tell everybody a little bit about you and what you're up to.
Well, it's a very long story, but my background is accountancy and audit. And for a number of years, I've been working as a consultant to small enterprises, small to medium enterprises, and self-employed people, and mainly on operations and business development. But and I love what I do. I still continue doing so. But as Tisha said there, being working with people, it's something that probably I can't describe in simple words. It gives me so much more in return. And there was always something that I was searching for. I can't say it was missing because I didn't know what it was, but I knew that there is something else there. So even so, COVID was a terrible thing to happen to the world, but yet I would like to concentrate on a positive side of things. So it actually gave me an opportunity from crazy hours, 7 days a week sometimes, down to now you work from home, everything is online. So it gave me an opportunity maybe to rethink, review what I was doing. And I said, maybe I should go back and study and do something different. But the aim was to work with people. Because doing consultancy, it always led me to training and development, learning and development. And training was mainly designed very specific needs of that particular company. And obviously, if you're training, you're working with people. And the feedback was coming back that, you're very good at personal development, and people were opening up, and it was easy to talk to. And that led me to coaching. But again, me being me, I guess, love the challenge, love something new and different. I decided to go back to full-time education, which I did last year. And it was the best decision ever. And I believe that only because of that, my new connections, new way of doing business, I actually stayed in business. And I know that many businesses had to close down for various reasons, but I'm grateful for new connections. And now it's another new page in my life when I actually taken this to global, starting with Global Tea Break Network. And all my friends now, and I can call them friends because we started to communicate, we started to share our stories, and I'm all about stories. When you work with people, everybody has their unique identity and unique story and wisdom. And that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to share wisdom through storytelling to other people who may go through similar challenges that I was, or people that I work with. And yeah, it's all very empowering and it's inspirational. And that's basically me in a nutshell.
Well, it's amazing because being able to change and grow with your surroundings, like you said, it keeps you in business, right? And learning from others. Tisha, I mean, you're so good at that. Pick that up.
Okay, so I love that you said that because I've often said that COVID was my biggest blessing as well. And I don't know if you saw this, Russ, but last week I actually got up on a stage and gave my God story and my God testimony. I was the keynote speaker. And I shared all of the trials and the struggles and everything of trying to be unstoppable on my own accord and trying to be in control of everything until I finally gave it to God and said, you take the wheel. I actually even sang at this keynote. Like, I don't sing. I told people I'm a shower singer. So you're in for a treat. But I sang the song See Me Through It by Brandon Heath. If you know that song, it's such a powerful song. But in COVID, so March 2020, I had just hosted my live events. I was booked for a speaking tour to be the MC for a leadership summit. And I was doing a lot of event consulting because I had an event management company prior and decided, okay, I can help people create their signature events. I can consult them. I can do all these things. And I tied everything to those three things. And overnight it was done. March 2020, I was sitting there with the gentleman, my client, who was like, I think I'm going to cancel my leadership summit. I'm like, no, we've got this. We're just going to hang in. He's like, have you seen the news? I'm like, yeah, but I'm not really buying into it. I think we're good. and overnight it was gone. It was gone. And so I had to be resilient. I had to bounce back and I had to say, you know what? I'm just going to move. And the one thing that that I knew I could do was help people with branding, with personal branding, because I also had a marketing company in my past. And I knew that I could take all of these elements of being able to help people where they're at and help them build it and instill confidence in them and do all these things. And we do that together. So I do a lot of mentoring, but I also do a lot of that personal brand building to help people understand that you need this, especially if you're a solo business owner, you're a solopreneur. Your brand is the one thing that's going to sustain you throughout all of the crap we're going to go through. And there's going to be some. So no longer afraid. I actually am celebrating. I was telling you guys that I'm doing my mastermind right after this call. And I actually hit my financial goals I surpassed them for this year. And I was off for about a month and a half on vacation. So I'm loving it. Like, I'm like, this is amazing. This is amazing. This is what it feels like when your life is in total alignment and you're doing the things that you're supposed to, and you're on the path, and you've got God on your side and all the things. Like, it's beautiful.
Tisha, you are a great positive case study for freeze. And this is what we really said is that, there are crises that happen in your business, big, like the
fraud. That was mine.
Fraud, big things or small things, but being able to adjust and find, not to get up and say, what can't we do anymore? But to say, what can you do? And that's exactly what you did when you said, I can't do these events, which you were looking forward to and would have been fabulous.
Yeah.
But you did say, but this is what I can do. Yeah. And you've had that positive impact in people's lives.
Yeah.
I love the word resilience there. You said, I absolutely love that. I think if you have that, you have the drive, and you're always up for a challenge, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it makes me laugh because I remember when I was in the stage where I was in this, I have no idea what's my next move. And I know a lot of people that don't know what their next move is. And I always say, go back to discovering who you are again. Figure out what those passions are. You said it, Scott, like, figure out the people that you want to surround yourself with, because the answers will start to come out. They really will. And back in 2015, when I had my little mini breakdown of, I don't know who I am, what I do, my coach was the one that actually suggested I build the brand. And I said, no. At first I was like, heck no, I don't want to do that. That's scary. That's uncomfortable. I don't want to put myself out there in that position. But it really was the only thing that I could do. And it just has come so full circle that now I get to help people who are in the same spot I was in 2015, but they now know they need it. And now that I can help them. And that's just been this whole beautiful journey and this beautiful ride of, didn't want to do it, but now I love it. It's cool.
That is really so great. Cool. Well, what's interesting is because we had a similar journey, you could have been in the spot you're watching today, and you could have had the life going perfect and all in alignment like Tisha. And then COVID happened and life changes. So it doesn't matter how good things are going, things can change. And that's where being passionate and having purpose in your life and being grounded in what you're really all about is so important. Like you guys are talking about, knowing who you are and what you're all about is so, so important. And, I love that phrase, what you guys said, what you can do, because when COVID hit, I decided, what can I do? I can keep doing. I kept my morning routine the same. I kept doing the things I could do. I expanded on Zoom meetings and things that I could do, and connecting with the Global Tea Break and other people that I could do. What were the things that I could do? And I'm just like you guys. I'm exactly the same. My business flourished. Well, it started and then flourished through COVID because it gave me an opportunity to do the things that I could do and expand my global network, which was so amazing. And I love what you said, Anna. The same thing was just about how, you found out these opportunities and then you just jumped in and you started doing things. And I love that.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely an action person. So it's no point waiting. You just have to go do it. Another thing I have to say, Russ, this is my first experience on the platform like this. So it's kind of another way of growing when you're outside of your comfort zone. And I'm saying, okay, this is a challenge and I have to take this on. So I will be, you've been very supportive, but only through those little steps that we overcome the challenge through perseverance and resilience and good people around you. There is no doubt you cannot achieve or succeed if you don't have good people around you. And I guess that's another skill maybe we should develop, or share the good stories, that people actually understand that there is so much negativity around us, but it's up to us to choose positivity. And if it is a negative thing happened, which it will, we all know that, try maybe to learn from it. It's not easy, but it's definitely worth it. So that would be my message, to stay positive as much as possible, and to take negativity and take opportunities that come from it. And that's it, drive it through.
Yeah. Well, what do I always say, Scott? Life happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then you choose, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's always happening all around us. Things are happening, and good and bad's going to happen. This is why we all get along so well. I love driving that positive message in the midst of, chaotic world around us sometimes, right? It's going to happen. Negative things are going to happen. Every morning, I encourage talking to yourself, positive self-talk, because you know what? If you don't do positive self-talk, the negative self-talk comes automatically.
Mm-hmm.
We all wake up with it every day. And I've all told everybody what I do every morning. I start with positive self-talk. Replace those negative voices with positive voices. Make a difference in yourself first. This is where self-care is so important. And that's a big buzzword that's thrown around. But if you don't take care of yourself and take care of your thoughts and where you're headed, how can you take care of other people? Right, Tisha?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, I wake up with the whole gratitude mindset too. Even when I'm driving my kids this morning, I'm like, all right, turning off the radio. What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? Let's get this gratitude bus going, and that's how I stay positive. There's one thing a friend said to me, and I really love this, because I thought of us go into this mindset of I have to do these things, instead of changing the whole phrase to I get to do the things, like laundry. I have to do the laundry. No, I get to do the laundry. That's a blessing. I don't have to go to the laundromat. I don't have to, do that. Like, changing your perspective on things is such a big game changer to step into that positivity that we talk about.
We talk about living a life of comparison and how dismal that is, right? And I said, if you live a life of comparison, first of all, you're living in a world of scarcity instead of abundance.
Right.
And you're always going to lose, because either you feel good because you're putting someone else down, or you feel bad because you don't have what someone else has. So I love that internal focus that you had there.
Thanks.
I'd like to share something. I can't remember what platform it was, but it was this last week that I've seen it. And I think it was the best explanation of what it is, a dark place, to be in a dark place. And I definitely will find that clip. I'll send you, Russ, maybe to share. But what he said, if you're in the dark place, it's not that you were put there. It's you were planted. And now it's time to grow. And even just to think of, the visually what it is. Yeah, you are in the dark place, but it's only way from it. It's to grow and cherish and just be joyful. And I thought, yeah, that's probably the way we can shift our thinking, and, thinking that dark places, we've all been there, and probably we will be, but not to be scared of that, and just think your way out, only up, and only to great people around you.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's important that we realize we're human beings. We're imperfect. We're created with emotions, and sometimes we are down. I mean, people joke with me, are you ever negative? Are you ever down? Absolutely. I'm like everybody else. You talk to my beautiful wife who gets that part of me, There's times when you're just down and things don't go well. It's a matter, I always say, and I think you guys would agree, don't stay there. Don't stay there. Like you said, Anna, work yourself out. You're going to start moving in a positive direction. Put one foot in front of the other. I used to tell my team, I've managed teams over the years in sales and marketing, and I would tell them, when you're not feeling it, go take coffee to somebody who's positive and uplifting, and really get in that positive mode, and let somebody else or your circumstances help you move out of that. And it's just like what Jim Rohn says, surround yourself with amazing people, right? You are truly the average of the people, 5 people closest to you. If you're hanging out with negative people, you're going to be negative. If you're hanging out with positive people, you're going to be positive. It's just a true fact.
Well, Mr. Responsible host.
I was waiting for you to say that. I was having so much fun. I was letting it go a couple more minutes, but we do have to wrap up because the time is going. Tisha's got to get off to her mastermind. But, by the way, for anybody who's not involved in a mastermind, we highly recommend that. Scott and I have had one. Scott's in an awesome one. Tisha's in an awesome one. It's again, surrounding yourself with those amazing people. And so I just want to encourage everybody today to do that and surround yourself. And speaking of amazing people, we've had 2 amazing guests today, Scott, and we're going to let each of you wrap up. Give us your last words, what you want everybody to remember about what you said today. And Tisha, we're going to start with you.
Oh, the pressure is on. Here's what I would say. This has been going through my head a lot lately, and I've had to get pretty real with people the last few weeks too. But I would say show up. Show up for you. Keep doing what you're doing. A lot of people are sayers out there. A lot of people just keep talking and talking, but actually never fulfilling what they set out to do. So in this next year, I want you to bring it. I want you to do what you said you're going to do, and I want you to show up, because you will see that the energy you put into the things are going to start coming right back to you, and people and profit and impact and all of those things. So that's what I want to say. That's me off the cuff. Whatever's in my head, it's just out. It's just out.
And people connect with you how?
LinkedIn is always the best place. I highly recommend, if you're watching and you want to connect, then just, don't send me just a, hey, I want to join your professional network. Like, actually say, hey, I saw it on Russ's show and Scott's show. Like, that would be awesome. So I know where you found it. Or you can go to my website at tishamarieNterprises.com.
Awesome. All right. Anna, you're next.
First thing came to my mind, I absolutely agree with Tisha, but it's smile. Start your day with a smile. I'd say first thing, if you see yourself in the mirror, smile and wish yourself a good day. And another little practice I want to share, that I started my early walks, good 40 minutes to an hour every morning. And one day I just said, why don't I smile? Everybody I meet, or if I cross the road, I looked at the driver and I smile and wave hand. Now, very few that didn't. Probably they were in the same world with a lot of worries, but majority did. And I have to say that I'm coming home after that walk, I almost can count how many smiles I got today. It's almost like a little thing going in my head, but it definitely gives so much energy, positive energy, and you keep smiling. So please keep smiling, everybody. It helps a lot.
And while you're smiling, how do people connect with you?
I think the best way is through LinkedIn. I'd love to make the first connection there. My website is almost ready. It will be launched in the next couple of weeks. But for now, it's LinkedIn, and I'll be grateful. And if anybody wants to have one-on-one, absolutely, I'm for it.
Awesome. Well, I couldn't agree with you more. I think smiling is so powerful. I used to love my children. I would embarrass them when they were young because I always say hi and smile at everybody as you walk by. And they're like, Dad, you don't have to say hi to everybody. And it was funny because we'd be walking through our neighborhood and there were some teenagers that were trying to be tough. And, they were just, maybe not really having a great life, honestly, but they were trying to give you that tough, don't mess with me thing. And I would say, hey, how's it going? I'd smile at them. And it was amazing. So many of them would go, oh, well, hi. And it would totally change the way their whole disposition because of somebody being kind to them and saying hi. It's a simple thing, but it does make all the difference in the world. So I love to smile, by the way. So that's a good thing. So anyway, listen, thank you, ladies, so much for being here today. We appreciate you both more than you know. And we're definitely going to do this again. Tisha's been on a couple times already on my shows. Anna, we'll have you on again. And so listen, you bet. We're going to send you out to the green room, but hang tight for just a second. And Tisha, I know you got to go, but we're going to wrap up and we'll be with you in just a moment.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Woo, that goes
Fabulous
fast.
experience.
Yes. Oh my goodness. We're so blessed, Scott. We are. We
Oh my
just,
gosh.
how do we
Yeah.
get so many cool, awesome friends?
Yeah. Clean living. That's what it is. Clean living.
There you go. Well, it's hanging out with D. Scott Smith. There you go. I mean, Scott will connect you with all kinds of amazing friends. Just hang out with Scott, everybody. dscottsmith.com. There you go. Scott, what do you got coming up this week?
Well, we got the Christmas party for the tea break, and that is going to be a huge event. You know, it's a commitment. We only go once a month, but it is 90 minutes, and you'll just meet some fabulous people there. The format will be a little bit different because we're just going to celebrate the wins. And, you know, Russ, as we were talking about positive, you know, there was a time when I was a general manager for an upholstered furniture company. So we had 150 employees, 170,000 square foot facility. And so I would start the day, I would get there early in the morning, and our employees would be out there working away. And I always made a tour through all of the whole factory, right? It took me, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes just to walk through and say hi. And the owner of the company asked me one time, he says, Scott, do you smile all the time? It's like, yes, I do. I go, look, when the general manager walks through the factory and has got that sour, you know, I'm here to find something wrong look, that does not help. But if you're going through and you're smiling and you're cheery and you're greeting people, and, you know, I walked onto that factory floor with a grateful heart saying, each one of these people are here because they're supporting their families. They want to do good work, and they give me something to do.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I mean, it's all about your perspective and your attitude in life, because it doesn't matter where you are, where you work, what you're doing. You get to choose how you're approaching life, and having a smile is a great start, everybody. I'm telling you, it's a great start. So listen, I am super excited about this new year coming, not pushing too far ahead, but you can join us the next couple of weeks. We will be here Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, with a couple of best of shows, some amazing things. But then after that, we will be here with season 5 in January. But
season
don't
5,
forget,
and you're running your show still. We've got Marketing with Russ, aka Russ
hashtag
Selfie.
Russ Selfie every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Russ Reels Live, some
with a
amazing
special
best of
Christmas
shows.
program coming
Oh
up.
yeah, that's right. Thanks, Scott. The next week on the 22nd, we have a great special Christmas special on Thursday, the 22nd, on Marketing with Russ, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Join us there. You'll see the ads on my social media. So glad to have you come join us with that. And yeah, all kinds of amazing things happening. But I'm just thankful and grateful to God for life and the ability to spread joy. Thank you all for joining us today. Come join us on the Global Tea Break this Friday. Alan Hennessy's been in the comments. Hi, Alan. Along with Scott. They are the hosts for the Global Tea Break this on Friday at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I know our time. So yes, join us there. And Alan's saying, yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So until then, everybody, we've just enjoyed having you here. And we forgot one person, Scott. Yeah! We got to have Kermit say hey before we go, because he's amazing.
Absolutely.
Okay, everybody. Well, until we see you again, have a great day and a great life, and
Merry Christmas. Enjoy the experience.
Thanks for tuning in to The Experience Live with Russ and Scott. If you enjoyed today's show, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or subscribe on YouTube. See you next time.